G'day guys, welcome back to Pete's Gold Adventures. We'll call this the workshop edition. It's actually pretty hot outside. It's supposed to get to about 38 today. So I thought not a bad thing. We'll hang about in the shed and we'll play around in here. Anyway guys, as you know, I do like to build things, and lately I have been busy building a new, let's call it secret weapon in our quest to capture that elusive gold. Anyway guys, without any further ado, I'll show you what I've been building. And guys, here it is. It's the Gold Thingy Micro. Yes, it's a 500mm by 4-inch high banker. Predominantly not really for high banking, although I have made it with spray bars, so it can be used as a high banker. But it's also been made up with a little distribution head here to even the water flow out to use as a cleanup sluice. So it has not ran at all yet, so its maiden voyage is today. Anyway guys, I'll give you a little bit closer look at it. Guys, before we get to the high banker, I'll actually take it back to the beginning. I needed the sheet metal folder to be able to build the high banker, and I've done a lot of research online to sort of see what was the best design. The one I came up with probably isn't the best. I'll probably change it, as you do. See, these things always change as you go along. But anyway guys, what I have created was enough to be able to build my first high banker out of aluminium. So anyway guys, I'll give you a bit of a look at that. And guys, this is my sheet metal folder. As you can see, it is fairly thick angle iron. It's got bracing under it to stop it from flexing, a couple of handles to pull up on, and then we've got the clamp on top, which is actually spring loaded. So these guys wind down to clamp it in place. You pull up and bend. So, but one thing it cannot do is zigzags. It can't do a zigzag because I can't follow the zig past here to get the zigzag going on. So that should have been probably a 10mm thick like steel bar there to allow that to happen. But what it can do with a little jig is build things like this. As you can see, you cannot bend that because these sides are up. So what makes these little jigs that go in underneath here, they can go in, clamp down on that, and allow this to come up and put your bends in. So what you do, you have a whole series of different width ones. So there's a 4-inch, a 6-inch, and a 10-inch. So I can build things or boxes to that width. So guys, that is my sheet metal folder, and being that it's 900mm wide, I do intend on making bigger high bankers than this little guy. So in the future, hopefully not too far away, I'll have a 6-inch and I'm going to build a 10-inch as well. Guys, first we'll start with the spray bar. So yes, we've got little spray bars set up here. They're 15mm spray bars with a row of holes under each side for that high banker feel. I know it's not really going to wash rocks fabulously, so you probably have to classify everything. But anyway, and they've got this distribution head here, so the water will fill that box and come out through the gap here, up over this little hurdle, just to even the water out so we can use it as a cleanup sluice. And yeah, Kirk from Secret Creek is have to have some of the coolest stickers going around, so Kirk has made his way onto the little high banker there. So if you haven't seen Kirk's channel, jump over and give him a view. He does a great job over there in Washington. And next guys, for the classifying, we have a 10mm punch plate. I do like grizzly bars, but I thought in this case it's not really going to be classifying anything anyway, so I'll put the 10mm punch plate on. It is actually a separate piece. The next one I probably will just drill it straight through the base of the high banker and not worry about making it a separate item. It didn't really need to be that way, and was a bit of a pain. So next time it will be a part of the top hopper itself. Bottom box, it's 500mm long and 100mm wide. So it's got a 100mm mat that goes along the base and up to the back, up to the top hopper, which I'll show you in a moment. But I do like a little bit of character to my high bankers. I know the commercial guys generally make them as square boxes. That is obviously for efficiency of cutting and more economical for their aluminium. Not sure how you'll be able to go to see it, but yes, the V-groove mat runs all the way up the back of the high banker, all the way to the top of the box. And on the back of the top hopper, here we have the pipe work. So the bottom one is for the cleanup sluice function, and the top one is for the spray bars for conventional high banking. And that brings us to the top hopper. And as I was saying before, I do like a little bit of character with my high bankers. So I do like the wide mouth hopper. It doesn't enclose in on your top hopper. So when you're shoveling in gravel, it gives you more room to sort of get that shovel in there. In this case, a little tiny scoop. But yeah, so that brings us to the top of the Gold Thingy Micro. Guys, I'll just give you a bit of a close-up what I mean about the wide mouth hopper. So as you see, the spray bars don't really sort of encroach too much on the hopper. It leaves it basically good 4 inches for you to shovel in your gravels. I'm sure, guys, at the end of every high banking year, you have bucket loads of concentrates just like this. This is probably the majority of it. I do have a couple more buckets over there of washed gravels, but this is predominantly the stuff from the creeks. So this is what I'm going to classify out today and run it through the Gold Thingy Micro. Just see what I missed when I panned it out. Hopefully I got the bulk of it, but if there's any left, let's see if we can catch it in the little guy here. So guys, initially I'm going to put it through the 1/8 screen. So this is 1/8 holes. This won't even allow lead shot to get through. So firstly I'll put it through that guy. Then I'll put it through a 1/4 inch mesh as well, just to classify that one off. I think I'll put this one, I'll just pan that one off and run all the 1/8 mesh through the Gold Thingy Micro. And what is going to be powering the little Gold Thingy Micro is an 1100 gallon bilge pump. I've had this thing quite a while, so hopefully it lasts out the day because I've used it a bit. And I've wired in a voltage controller. Don't be mistaken with a voltage controller over a voltage dimmer for lights. I had a light dimmer. It was only cheap. It lasted about a minute and died. This came from J-Car, a local parts supplier for electrical stuff. This feels 10 times heavier, 10 times the quality, and I've ran it for a little bit and it actually works. So don't always go cheap. There probably is cheap ones out there that will last, and if you don't know what they are, I'm not sure, but the cheap light dimmers, they just don't last. So I went for this unit, it was about 45 bucks. It seems to be a lot better quality and does the job. Anyway guys, we are going to hook up the little Gold Thingy Micro and see how it performs, because I've never had it going. Alrighty guys, the initial startup, I'm going to put it through the spray bars just to see how they go. Apart from the connection there leaking like a sieve, not too bad. Sure, that would wash pretty well. A bit of water coming off here. Alrighty guys, so I have now got it on the cleanup sluice method version, so we'll give that a run and see how that goes. Still got a little bit coming out the back, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. Seems to be more tracking along underneath. Pretty strange. Anyway, we've got good flow through here. So yeah, a little bit coming out the back, which is a bit of a pain in the bum, making a little bit of a mess. And yes, that hose connection is not great at all. It is leaking. I tried tightening it, but it doesn't seem to want to tighten up. Ready, guys? Might try running a bit of gravel. Hey guys, I've sort of probably put about half the gravel through, as you can see. No more water leaks, it drove me nuts. I didn't like it, so I fixed that. And at the back here, next to nothing coming out. There's a little bit still coming out the back, but not too much. So it's running a lot better. I've turned the water pressure down, lowered the angle with these little brackets, just to sort of slow it up a bit there. And I've got a nice little even trickle coming out. So seems to be running through nicely. A lot better than it was before, so that is an improvement. So a little gold thingy micro is doing a great job. Guys, all that you can see on that top mat, that little tiny top mat, is all gold. So the bucket has run through, and this is what I would have panned out into the creek if I didn't catch it in a bucket. So it does always pay to pan your cons into a bucket so you can rerun them, because all that gold would have been lost. Guys, that little reveal was only the top mat, and that top mat's only tiny. So if any of it escaped that, it's gone down below and will be caught in the mat below. So I can't really see in there, it's a little bit too small to shove a camera up into. So anyway, guys, I will do a cleanup now and see what the final tally is. Alright guys, moment of truth. How much gold have I saved by not just washing my cons straight back into the creek and keeping them and running them through the gold thingy micro? Anyway guys, let's get the scale set up and see how we went. Alrighty guys, this is it. So it's actually a fair bit going on in there. Look, I would say 0.2 at least. So 0.2 lately has actually been a run out on the high banker. So if I've scored that, that will be fantastic. Well, there we go. 0.29. 0.29 in anyone's books. It's a good day out on the creek. Well, that's it, guys. 0.29. What a great effort. The little gold thingy micro has done a wonderful job. And I think, look, I made it as a high bank. I could have made it straight up sluice, but how boring is that? So I think the little gold thingy micro has done a wonderful job. Anyway, let us know in the comments your thoughts. And yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.